In June 2022, a young university student named Naira was on her way to campus to attend her exams. Suddenly, a young man approached her while holding a large knife and began stabbing her. She was stabbed 19 times. When people tried to intervene, he threatened to kill anyone who came closer. He didn't stop there, he attempted to slit her throat. University security rushed to the scene and tried to pull him away, but he resisted and was determined to complete the attack. He was eventually restrained and arrested. After his arrest, the attacker confessed to the crime in full. He stated that if time were reversed, he would do it again. He claimed that Naira and her family had been blackmailing him using signed checks. However, after police investigations and testimony from a large number of students, the full truth came to light, but this story did not begin that day. In 2020, Naira was a beautiful and ambitious first-year university student. During her first year, she met a fellow student named Mohammed Adel. He was in the same department, known for being academically excellent, came from a modest family, and worked as a restaurant chef. Mohammed became deeply interested in Naira and looked for ways to get closer to her. Since professors trusted him and assigned him to collect research papers from students, he used this role as an excuse to contact her and offer help with her assignment. Naira accepted, believing it was a normal academic interaction. Over time, Mohammed started getting closer and confessed his feelings. Naira calmly and clearly told him that she was not interested in a relationship, as she was focused on her studies and her work as a model, with hopes of growing in her career. Despite her rejection, Mohammed obtained her phone number from the class group and began sending messages. When she ignored him, he continued contacting her on multiple social media platforms. In some of his messages, he spoke as if they were already in a relationship, even though she had never responded in that way. Naira tried again to explain that her refusal was not personal, she simply was not thinking about relationships at all. Mohammed, however, interpreted her words as agreement. His behavior escalated into stalking. He followed her in different places and even attempted to formally propose to her family, but they rejected him because Naira had already refused. Instead of stopping, Mohammed became more aggressive. He told others that he was in a relationship with her, followed her home, and once tried to force her into a taxi against her will. She screamed for help, calling her father, who came out and confronted him. After things calmed down, her father spoke to Mohammed, telling him that what he was doing was shameful. Mohammed misunderstood this as approval and continued his obsession. Soon, he began stalking not only Naira but also her family and friends. He repeatedly said that if she would not be with him, she would never be with anyone else. At one point, he threatened one of her friends to extract information about her movements. Realizing that his behavior was dangerous and unstable, Naira filed an official police report against him. When her family learned about the situation, they also filed complaints. A traditional reconciliation meeting was held with his family, during which Mohammed was forced to sign checks as a legal guarantee that he would stay away from Naira. He promised not to approach her again. But instead of ending the harassment, his anger grew stronger. His desire to control her turned into a desire for revenge. He sent her threatening messages, promising to kill her, harm her, or ruin her reputation. For an entire year, Mohammed planned her murder. 1 week before her exams, he bought a knife and kept it in its sheath. He tried to learn which bus Naira and her friends used and even asked one of her friends about her route, but she refused to answer and distanced herself from him. During the first days of exams, he failed to carry out his plan because Naira was always surrounded by her friends. But on the 5th day, he decided to act no matter the consequences. He boarded the same bus as Naira. When she got off with her friends, he followed her and stabbed her in the back. Her friends screamed and ran to bring university security, but he continued stabbing her, 19 times, and attempted to slit her throat, just as he had threatened before. Security finally arrived, and he was arrested at the scene. Mohammed Adel was later sentenced to death, and the execution was carried out in July 2023. This case shocked the Arab world and gained international attention. Millions sympathized with Naira and demanded justice for her. If you found this video informative, please like and subscribe to the channel.